All right, let's get started here today. Once again, I'm picking up here as I have already logged into my SchoolAI account, and the dashboard is what you're seeing here once you first get there. So now that I'm into School AI and I'm ready to start having my students begin to use AI, I think it's also important to point out here too that when a student is going to log into your spaces here, that they're doing so without putting any sort of student data into it. So no login and other personal identifiable information. So in that way, School AI is attempting to remain compliant with the standards of student data privacy. But again, you should check with your tech coordinators and administrators within your building to make sure that this is something that they are supportive of you doing with your students, which in all honesty, both of us think that they should be. But we don't exist in all of your situations and you do. And so you need to navigate those waters as well. So one of the things that I'm going to be able to do here is I'm going to go into the Spaces tab that you find on the top of the screen. And here are some of the recent ones that I had put out there, including one with Women's History Month in March. We looked at one from the Discover section that we perhaps wanted to try with our students. So maybe I'm ready to dive into this particular one. And I'm going to create this space by clicking on it there, and you're going to see it brings up a space code. So this is where if I were sharing this out to my students, I could copy this code and I would share it out perhaps through my LMS. If you're in more of an environment where students are using tablets perhaps and they have access to a camera, they could scan this QR code, which would also invite them to join this particular space. So it's at this point here, we're going to flip it over to David, and David is going to show us from the student side how he's going to access this particular space.
I'm gonna launch off into Jeremy's space. School AI likes to use the space theme. Like Jeremy said, he basically just pulled up the space code there for that women's was it inventors or innovators or
Yep.
And so for that particular space, I can join that as a student. I already pulled up the link, whereas Jeremy said he would put it in a learning management system. You can see the space code matches there, so that's the same one that was pulled up. So I'm just going to put in my name and click join.